So now I want to introduce myself. Firstly, my name Muhammad Afiq Zahid from Class 1 Diploma Syariah Islamiyah. I will continue the explanation regarding how to listening and watching English language programs. It plays a very important part in learning any language. Effective listening exerts understanding and it helps improve accuracy when speaking, among other things. How can you improve your listening skill? By listening actively at paying attention not only on what is said but also how it is said. So listen. The best way to learn English language. Firstly, by listening to the music, old, modern, any agree with prophet. Whenever we study language, we must have four skills. Firstly, listening, reading, writing, and speaking to be mastered in it. So, by listening to the English music, it actually helps us a lot. We can enhance our vocabulary, improve our pronunciation correctly, and so on. By reading the lyrics also may help us to get the ideas and understanding about the meaning of the song. In addition, nowadays it's very easy for us to get the song on radio or mobile phone. The most important thing, our ears will be getting used to the sound of the language. Second point, by watching the movies, TV show, news, entertainment, documentary, and so on. Watching also is one of the best methods in learning English language. There are varieties way to watch. First, channels on TV live or recording like news, drama, documentary acts. Second, DVDs movie, which is we can watch the replay. It's anytime repeatedly. However, the best way is to watch with the subtitle first, and after several times try to watch it without subtitle. The last point, by attending English slots. Today, there are a lot of program conducting in English language even from the NGOs, school, university, and also from the government. For example, talks, regulars, teaching, exhibition, debates, competition, and so on. So by attending the programs day by day, it will help us to got to use with the English government environment. In addition, if we meet with the English pupil itself, we can challenge ourselves, try to talk him them directly even with broken grammars and others, so long as we keep trying. That's all from me. I will pass the presentation to Muhammad Hasib Farhan for the next point regarding ways of improving English language proficiency. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Hafiz Zahid, for your speech. And right now, I will be continuing your speech from here. Okay, my point is to speak the English language among our friends. Okay, It is often the hardest of the 4 language skills, but as soon as you can speak a little English, there are lots of ways to improve it quickly, and you can have a lot of fun out of it. Okay. First, you can join voice chats. Technology has advanced a lot in terms of social networks. So wherever you live, you can easily find a chat room. You have to have conversations in English. It is as helpful as listening and reading tasks maybe. You also need to use English interactively to practice your own English speaking skills. If you are lucky enough, you'll be friends with a few native speakers who can help you out. But if not, then try to meet up with someone else studying English and he has the professional skills of speaking English perfectly or fluently. Another option is to talk to yourself in front of a mirror or record yourself. It might be sound awkward but at first, but you will be able to hear mistakes of which you weren't previously aware of. Like sometimes you miss a letter S, sometimes you over speak a letter S, and by doing that you will notice all that and you can make a difference from before. Okay, and of course you can talk to your classmates in English whenever you are in class or you are not in class. You can even make a group to play games and have a meal or even just chat together wherever you want. But the important thing is speak English. You have to keep practicing and practicing and practicing until it becomes perfect, right? Like as they say, practice makes perfect. Academic phrases won't just fall from heaven, right? We have to keep practicing it, keep doing it continuously and straight into your brain. Even if your English is already quite good, don't be complacent and underestimating stressful factors such as the time pressure in an exam. You still have to practice, no matter how much time you have left before your big day. Try coming up with a word of the day and try to employ it as often as possible. If you do this, don't waste time on extremely specific words you will never actually use. Instead, focus on the conventional English which is likely to be relevant in the exam. One more. Don't forget to have fun while you learn the language. If studying English language only feels like a burden to you, it will seem tedious and you won't perform as well. This is why it's important to stay motivated and enjoy the experiences of learning a new language. Find ways to add entertainment into your studies, such as playing word games with friends. If you play it, it will boost your critical thinking skills because you will find words that are catchy and you will put it into a word and sometimes you don't even recognize the word but it's still a word, like that. Obviously learning a new language is a long-term project and you can't start from zero and write an academic paper a week later. But when building a decent foundation, you can achieve great results quickly if you devote yourself intensely, especially for exams like IELTS. You should really know what questions will be asked. IELTS and what the formats look like and how to deal with the respective task. Try to stay focused and improve your certain parts rather than frantically trying to catch up with everything all at once. Thank you. That's all explaining from me, and I will pass this conversation to Ridzuan Hakim to continue the following steps regarding how to improve our English language proficiency. Thank you.
So thank you for Hasif for your speech. So before before that, I will introduce for myself. My name is Muhammad Ridzuan Hakim from Diploma Syariah Islamiyah. So I will continue the speech. My point is reading more English language based material. We all know that reading is one way to add knowledge. So it starts with reading material that is easy for us to understand and learn. To understand and learn the English language, because 1,000 steps, it start from a first step. So it must slowly, step by step. At first, we will see how difficult it is to learn English because we rarely read a material in English, because in the country, the main language in the country is Malay. So we really not use in the talk. So it make hard to we use the English language for a beginner. So find the English book and English article on the web to be your reference for the initial phase. We start with a simple reference. For example, reading a children's book and children's article, or pictorial dictionary. In a pictorial dictionary, we will see and we will know what is that. So it is a process reading of the brain, and it take time to develop. Your mind has to attach meaning to the words. Phrases and expression represented attach meaning to the words. Phrases and expression represented by symbol. Plus get to understand and know the things. Second, the language system. In your mobile phone, in your PC, or in your gadget, have a language you selected to use and you understand. So if you understand the Malay language, you will use the Malay language. If you understand the Mandarin, you will use the Mandarin. So switch the language, or use the English language on your gadget, such as you switch on your tablet, on your phone, on your laptop, on your PC, on your television, and another else. Eventually, you will know every word on the phone or gadget and how to use it. Then you will know the simple problem on your phone, or you will understand the manual book. So it not spend money if you have a simple problem, if you understand. Then third is games. Most people see the game is just in a vain, but in the games also has a benefit. In the game, we will use the English language, and we will reading the rules of the way or how to play, and sometimes as a keyword how to win. So we use the English. We were reading the English on the games. In the addition children's games have also been created to help improve skill English language, such as application English for kids, English learning games, English crossword puzzle, and another else. The most people in the world like to play games because it was fun. So in the games you will not be boring to learn English, so you can improve your English to be a master. So that's all for me. Thank you.
After explaining all the tips of the ways to improve your English language proficiency, and from the 3 facts that we have given you to improve your English language proficiency, we will select one and we will agree for it. And after having a meeting with all of my 2 friends, Zahid and Ridzuan Hakim, we strongly agree that the strongest way to improve your English language proficiency is by listening and watching English language programs, such as hearing to music and watching English movies, TV shows. It is clear that listening to and watching to English programs is the best way to improve your English language proficiency. It is because from 2 facts after the first point is by speaking the language among friends. How can we speak the language if we haven't learned it, right? We have to first watch and read those subtitles from the TV shows and from the programs, and observe from it and try learning English by watching it repeatedly. Remember, practice makes perfect. And from the 3rd one is reading. How can we have to read? Yes. How can we not read the subtitles if we don't know how to read, right? But reading more English-based materials that my friend Ridzuan Hakim has said is more difficult than you think. So, as a conclusion, we strongly agree. As a conclusion, we strongly agree that listening and watching to English language programs is the best way to improve your English language consistency. That's all from our team. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.